Hi and greetings everyone. This is Module 5B, Application of Uniform Building Bylaw in Building Design, Part 2. My name is Architect Technologist Azhar Ismail and I'm going to be your lecturer for this module. To continue from Module 5, Part 1, in this module Part 2, we are going to explore on the one structural requirement and the second is construction requirement. Let's start with part 5 under UBBL chapter, structural requirements. This section is referred by structural engineers in designing buildings. UBBL part 5 outlined the structural minimum design requirement and all professional engineers will take responsibility to comply. It covers requirements of building material used, calculation on floor loading, for example on the dead, imposed and lateral loads, ceilings, skylights, roofing, parapet, balustrades, basement walls, foundations and others. UBBL also refers to other acceptable standards such as BS 449, the use of structural steel in building, BSCP 110, the structural use of concrete, BSCP 116, the structural use of precast concrete, MSCP, the structural use of timber. For your information, BS stands for British Standards and MS stands for Malaysian Standards. Let's have a look in more detail on the structural requirements under the Uniform Building Bylaw. Firstly, on to the building materials. Bylaw is to ensure the building material suitability, quality, how it's been prepared and applied, referring to the standard specification and code of practice. Secondly, check on the loading, date and imposed load, load distributions, suspended loads, dynamic loads, application in tanks, floorings, mechanical stacking, ceilings, roofs, parapets, balustrades, and skylight. Thirdly, on the basement, the specific requirement on the walls and also the floors. Number 4 is the foundation. It tells engineers to design on the RC foundation, strips foundation, brick footings, foundation below invert of drains, under, external and party walls, structure above foundation. For example, pile cap, ground beam and floor slab. The photo below suggests all the foundation works that is commonly constructed in Malaysia. To support the bylaws, UBBL has tabled out schedule at the end of the book. So to engineers on the structural requirements, schedule number 4 or 4 schedule is their main reference. Under the table number 4, there are 3 referral columns. The first one is weight of material. This is in tandem or with reference to the bylaw number 56. The 4th schedule or UBBL outline the dead load calculations, which is calculated from unit weight given based on BS 648 standard. And typical values for commonly used material are laid out in the 4th schedule. Next, there is a column on the users and the loads. With the reference to bylaw 59, the fourth schedule of UBBL outline the imposed load, which is distributed load or UDL, and concentrated load or CL for structural elements like floor slabs, beams, ribs, and joist structure. And last column under the fourth schedule is in regards to minimum width of strip foundations. With reference to bylaw 76, 79, fourth schedule of UBBL outline the minimal dimensions of strip foundations and foundation under external and party walls. Now we have come to part 6 of the UBBL chapter, which is in regards to construction requirements. This section provides requirements guideline on building construction methods by elements. It covers starting from ground preparation, subsoil drainage, waterproofing, walls, partitions, cooking facilities, boilers, flooring, staircases, roof coverings, refuse facilities, lifts, and swimming pools. Detailings like dimensions, the minimums and the maximum, material use, and specific use or purpose being specified. There are so many requirements under construction elements, but it's been arranged by building elements. If you can see on the screen right now, these are the relevant bylaws when it comes to these building elements or construction elements. For example, the first one, walls and party walls. Bylaw 86, party walls. Bylaw 87, opening in party walls. Bylaw 88, recesses. Bylaw 90, on the copings. Secondly, on the cooking facilities. Bylaw 99, cooking facilities in residential buildings. Bylaw 100, cooking facilities in quarters. And the third, flooring. Bylaw 103, timber flooring. Bylaw 104, bearing for joists. Bylaw 105, space below floors to be ventilated. Next, the most famous bylaws in part 6 is on the staircases. Bylaw 106 tells us about the dimensions of the staircases. For example, like the riser and thread, the height, the width, and the openings. Next, Bylaw 107 tells us about the handrails requirements, the size, the height, and how are you going to put your handrails. Bylaw 108 dictate the maximum flights that allow for us to build in a building. Bylaw 109 is all about the winders. Bylaw 110, no obstruction in staircase. Bylaw 111, the lighting and ventilation of a staircase. Next one is on the roof. Bylaw 114 is referring timber roof materials. Bylaw 115, roof coverings and drainage. Bylaw 116, flat roof and balconies. Next is requirement on the lift. You can refer to Bylaw 124. Swimming pools. This is meant for public. Bylaw 125, swimming pool specification. Bylaw 127, the openings into the swimming pool. Bylaw 128, depth of water. Bylaw 129, location of diving boards. Bylaw 130, the changing rooms. Bylaw 131, foot bath and shower, and last but not least, bylaw 132, private residential swimming pools. Now, there you go. We have come to the end of this module 5B. And not only that, this is also the final module for Building Services 2 Micro-credential course. I hope that you can learn a lot from the session that we had since module number 1 until module number 5. And thank you.